Hey everyone! Did y'all think that I just dropped off the planet? I feel like I did. I had all kinds of electronical issues. But now I'm in a super duper hurry because my grandbaby's coming over. So here's what I have time for. Getting ready. So I thought I'd get ready with y'all. What's new? Okay, but you know, it's what I can do right now. But we're much closer on getting that wonderful room ready that we're going to be doing Bible studies in, right? I'm so excited. Okay, let's put some makeup on, y'all. First of all, I'm going to be using a flat Kabuki F80, and I've already put on some concealer, and it's the Maybelline Instant Rewind, which I always use, y'all know. Oh, this is that one that always has a little bit left. Have y'all ever noticed? That's why I don't throw it away. Every time I have just a little bit left. And I did again. So as long as I do. How are y'all doing? I missed you. That's delicious. I already put on my lipstick. It's a little red tomatoey, but it's on purpose because the shirt is so fallish. Do you see? This is the one that's got little polka dots here and the matching polka dot earrings that I'm wearing. Do you see? It's all tangled in my hair. See them? And they match these kind of little polka dots. But look at the color. Isn't that fun? But it needs that kind of reddish cherry brought out. Because normally I have almost like a rust. That soft rose is almost like a rust. And I felt like it would get lost. My mouth would get lost. I know that'll never happen. Never, ever, ever, ever. Okay, so I am going down in downward strokes, and then I'm going across the downward strokes with horizontal strokes. And what that does is just make sure that you don't have any lines or swishy marks. Go on either side of the crux of the nose real good, and either side of the eye socket really good, and over the eye and over the eye. Make sure you got all your little areas, right? And then I swirl out what's left on my forehead, because I don't like a lot on my forehead. Here's on the nose again. And then I kind of just push it in like that. Because this particular, elongate the jaw and drop it. And get rid of that line. And then just blend it out all the way down your throat. This particular makeup, which as y'all saw, was the Perfection Lumiere Velvet, which I found out. This is in 22 Beige Rose. I found out this is the #1 makeup for Chanel now. It's because of me. With all the stuff that they have, they just listen to little Bethians. Okay, I did kind of blend that all the way down, and I feel like I'm done. Always, ladies, if you're older, get rid of any makeup in this wrinkle, because it will look gross later. Okay, so I have with me my little makeup towel. Make sure you have a little makeup towel handy. I would not recommend white. I've chosen gray and dark gray this time. And knock that over there. There. And what I do is kind of wipe that off. If you want to see what it is I'm doing, I wipe it off like that and just get the tip ends of it off, so that when I do my end of the week cleaning, it's not as hard and it doesn't like stay in the brush so long. I feel like there's a ton of little fibers. And then I kind of give it a good little whack. Just like painters do with their brushes. It just kind of knocks even the hairs so that they're not so, you know, hairy. I don't know. Okay, so now we are going to use this. Several of you have asked me to please use this a little more because there's so many options on it, and it is the Urban Decay Born to Run palette. And it really does have a lot of good colors. I don't know how you could need any more colors, actually. As you can see, I have not got my nails done. Me and my grandbaby may go and have a mani-pedi done. So I'm using an E55. Tap off under the brow. Back and forth, just to make sure you're getting the pores good, and then in the inner corner. And over the lid. Inner corner, all the way into the socket. There we go. And what this does is it just lifts the eye. When you put a lighter color under the brow, it just lifts that brow. When you put a lighter color in the tear duct area like that, and I go all the way to the nose bone, straight up and down, and then over the lid. It just lightens it up, and I kind of also do all the way out to the crow's feet. There. Then I come in with a fluffy brush, which for Sigma, my favorite, is the E50. And I'm going to use a neutral color, but I don't want to go too rustic today. I really don't. I just don't. I don't. So I'm going to use Weekender, because I want a real neutral color. There we go. That's very caramely, kind of neutral skin tone. And that's all I want. I want a blending color between that brow color and what I'm going to do next, which I will go a little more fallish, and what this shirt kind of goes towards as well. And that is kind of a golden, kind of like a golden caramel. Almost like the color of nutmeg, if that helps any. Okay, and here's that color. We're going to use now a tapered blending brush, which is an E45, and I'm going to this color right here called Riff. And it is a true nutmeg. And I'm just going to go in the crease with that. Let's see how that does. It's a little darker, just a little. Not much of it, because it's really strong. These are highly pigmented. You don't need a lot of these. Even when it's a neutral color, you got to be careful, because it can be just too strong. And then I am going to go ahead and use my pencil brush in that same color. Pencil brush is an E30. I'm just going to go right under the eye to kind of like pull that color together. And I'm going to connect it. There we go. There. And then I'm going to use a smudger brush, or what we would call a short shader E20. Wet it, and I'm going to use Good As Gone and Punk. These are dark brown colors. And I'm going to go right on the lash line, like literally drag through the lashes. And with what's left over, I'm going to stamp out the upper lashes right in between the lashes. And all that does is just make sure you don't have that flesh tone between the lashes, so it kind of backs up the darkness of the lashes and any leftover of that. I'm going to go through the brow. Oops. Just to kind of reinforce those hairs, because this is a darker brown. And sometimes this may be all you need. You may not need to do, I'm going to reinforce the front a little bit. You may not need to actually do a brown liner if this color works out okay. And it looks like it does. There we go. I think I may have heard my grandbaby come in. I need to hurry, y'all. Love y'all, but I got to go. But I do got to finish my face. So now I'm using IT Cosmetics No Tug Waterproof Liner. There we go. And now I am going to, I'm actually going to skip liner today, but I am going to do, where is my, there it is. I knew I would have an eyelash curler. Okay, be done in a minute! Okay, so I'm going to quickly do my mascara and a little blush and bronzer, because I'm a little too bright. Don't y'all think? A little too bright. There we go. Give it a good little crimping session there. And I feel like that's enough. I feel like that's enough for this palette. And I feel like that's enough for, that's a good palette, y'all. I do like it. Urban Decay. Urban Decay never fails. It really doesn't. Alright, so I'm going to just use, that's not what I want. That is definitely not what I want. I need a blush. Okay, let's use the Sigma blush palette. And we will use a little bit of bronzer, and this is called Corderosa. And we're just going to use that right here. Ooh, that is very peachy. Not brown enough for me. But we'll use it because we've got to make it even now. So we're just going to use that on the high part back here and underneath. And then, of course, at the hairline on the outer brow, around the hairline, outer brow. I say brow, I mean forehead. And then certainly underneath here to cover the fatties. What you're doing is you're shadowing. You're just shadowing things that are whiter to make them kind of recede. That's all you're doing. And then I'm going to choose this, a combination of Mod Mauve, or Mod Mauve, and Pinkin. Maybe a little of that too. And we're just going to smile and stay back a little bit and just do very lightly and up. And the reason I'm going to do that, and then of course in the front part of the forehead and the bulbous part of the chin and underneath. And the reason I'm doing that is I don't want too much blush today. Almost look like I got a little bit of a sunburn, but that's okay. And again, blend down really, really good. Now, I feel like that's too strong, so what I'm going to do, if you ever feel like you've gotten it too strong, just use your makeup foundation brush and just kind of hit the edges of it. See that? Just kind of calms it down a little bit, especially there on the nose. Yeah, that's a nice little suntan look, actually. So now we're going to choose a mascara. Y'all know my favorite right now. I can't help it. Maybelline Rocket Volume Express. It's just like the best, y'all. It's the waterproof. It's got a great comb brush. And tip out the ends first. Then come through them outer towards the ear. And then in the middle, straight up. And then on the inner part, go towards the nose with the tip end of the brush. And that is a great first pass. Just look at that. Some people would be fine with just that. And if that dried right now, that would be like so perfect. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to